Hi folks, Total Sales Solutions in Jackson, Mississippi, where we sell trucks, lots of diesel trucks, folks. We've sold hundreds and hundreds. Today we're going to list a really nice truck. It's a 2008 Ford F250 turbo diesel, two-wheel drive, folks, and they are hard to find in that configuration, especially since this one has limited slip, 3.73 limited slip. Most of them don't have that. This truck also is heavily equipped, windows, door, all that kind of stuff, power on both sides.
It's a Lariat.
It has everything. It's a Lariat, of course. Has navigation. Another great feature about this truck is that it's sitting on a like-new set of Michelin tires. They may have 2,000 miles on them. The spares underneath it, just like it ought to be. It has a rhino liner. It has leather. This is a really nice truck with turbo diesel engine. It belonged to a Ford mechanic who took great care of it. Has done a lot of work on it. It needs nothing that we can find. Got a great stance to it. You can see how it stands up here.
The lights are HIDs or LEDs or something. They've been upgraded. They're super bright.
Put that windshield in it.
No, but there's no cracks. There may be a peck or two, but there's no cracks.
I don't see it. You can see these Michelin tires here, folks.
A guy took them off a brand new 2019 to put some big tires on, and like I said, they may have 2,000 miles.
We're leaving it running not for any reason except but to show you how smooth and quiet it is. Does it do anything wrong? Does it leak anything? All that. Look down the sides, how smooth it is. Look at the Nerf bars. It's just a really nice truck. Got the side mirrors, folding side mirrors.
I don't know if you can see them, but
yeah, see them coming
they both fold in and out. It's stuck down there. They go in and out too on both sides for towing. So all that works. Leather on the steering wheel is perfect. Automatic headlights.
It does have a towing package also.
Yes.
Show you back here. Look at this leather. Look at the headliner. Look at the dash. It's not cracked, split. Electric seats. Everything on it is just like it ought to be.
It's a Southern truck. No rust in the rockers or the doors
or the doors here. Look in the doors.
Or anywhere else.
It's not been a farm truck or a work truck or a job site truck. You can tell by the back seat how new it is.
Sliding rear window, privacy glass throughout. Headliner's not sagging, got your extra power outlet. Now, carpet's a little dirty. That's about all I can nitpick on it, but it's not got holes or wear spots.
The other thing about this truck, folks, is I can't find any paint work on it. You can look here, Mr. Ford did that. See back here these decals? I mean, well, look at this bed line, and then see the rhino liner in it.
Bed's not been cut for a hitch.
Under here,
it does have the extra lead. Got the tow package on it. You can see full-size spare tire. Now we haven't detailed the frame or the wheel wells. This is just how it come in. But you can look behind the tires here. It's not pecked up behind the tires, so it hadn't been on gravel roads. It hadn't been slinging mud or any of that.
Back here. Just like it ought to do.
Got rear parking sensors, big receiver hitch. The bumper's straight, surprisingly.
I'm telling you folks, this is a really nice truck. A 2008 turbo diesel, leather, navigation.
Leathered up and loaded, knee deep in rubber.
Power on this side. See here, dash is not cracked, chipped, or any of that. Carpet's nice. Nerf bars, mirrors are all there. They're all lit up like they should be. Lariat Super Duty. I like these tires. And we always have to say, well, look, you can see back here. It's not been on gravel roads. It's been on the highway. Good truck. Look how nice the chrome is. It's not chipped, peeling, and all that. Whoever buys this truck is going to get a great truck. Especially if you go down and look what they'll ask you for a new one, folks. The depreciation's out of this truck, I promise you. You can drive this truck 3 years the way things are going right now and probably make money on it, because it's going to be a bargain when we sell it. But great truck. I hate to be redundant, but it's hard for us to find one like this. It's a 2008 Ford F250 Lariat turbo diesel. Got it all, sitting on a like new set of Michelin tires, spares under it, Rhino bed liner, leather, power everywhere, navigation. Just the right kind of truck. Thanks for watching our video, folks. We do appreciate it. Look forward to visiting with you about this 2008 Ford F250. Look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you and a Merry Christmas.
Hi folks, Dan Dale here. You've been listening to my dad talk about this truck, and I'm going to take you on a test drive. But before I do, I want to show you a few things under the hood. First of all, we don't clean under the hood. This is just how it come in. So maybe a little dusty, a little dirty, but the biggest thing is not covered in oil and grease and grime. You can see EGR coolers have been deleted. Of course, the DPS has been deleted. I'll talk more about that later. Now, like Dad said, we got this truck from a Power Stroke mechanic who did a bunch of work to it, and then the guy couldn't pay his bill, so he bought it from him. It's got, I think he said, a new turbo, high pressure oil pump, took the injectors out, had them cleaned and tested. Autocraft silver batteries, only a year old. But the main thing I want to show you is, you can see, take the cap off, a little wisp of smoke. Smoke's not a big deal as long as it's not puffing. The main thing is, you can see, set the cat down, doesn't fly off or anything. That means there's very little, if any, blow-by. Blow-by is engine compression getting past the piston rings and into the crankcase. It's not necessarily the sign of a bad engine, but it's just a sign of wear. And like I said, this truck has very little, if any. Now, you do see the smoke. Smoke's normal. You can look back at my videos. I had a 15 Platinum with 15,000 miles. It smoked twice as much as this one. Every 6.4 and 6.7, you're going to have smoke. The thing you want to look for is pressure, because like I said, smoke's not that big a deal. But anyway, you can see it sitting here running. Runs perfect, hot or cold. Trying to think what else. But anyway, just want to show you this stuff. Now we're going to hop in, take it for a spin. Okay, now we're in the truck. I'm going to show you a few things before we get going. You can see automatic headlights. I showed you the power fold and extended mirrors. Got the steering wheel controls for the climate. You can see me turn it up and down and stuff and change the temperature. This is a Pioneer touchscreen stereo. You can see I got it on navigation right now, but I can put it onto the radio. Now this has a lot of other stuff. It's got an input if you want to add a backup camera. It's got Bluetooth. It's got Pandora. It's got all kind of stuff on it. But I'm going to leave it on the map and turn the radio down a little. There's your parking sensors. You can turn them on and off. The only thing I know of on this truck that doesn't work, this power slide window doesn't power slide. And I haven't checked it. We can probably fix it. It's usually that cable gets gunk in it and gets stuck, and we can clean it and fix it. Most likely we'll be able to fix it. But in the off chance I forget or we can't, just bid to assume the power slide window don't work. There, I don't know if you can see it, there's one little rock peck in the windshield. Not a big deal. I can get a brand new one for $150. It just won't have the tint on top like somebody tinted this thing. But look at this steering wheel. You can see how perfect it is. Like we were saying, this truck we got from a Ford mechanic who did all kind of stuff to it. The customer had something happen, come up, couldn't pay the bill, so he bought it from him and turned around and sold it to me. Nothing wrong with it. He drove this thing, I think he said, for several months, but I believe he told me new turbo, new high pressure oil pump, and he took out all the injectors, cleaned them, been deleted. Now I showed you the EGR has been deleted, but the biggest thing is the DPS been deleted. And it's pretty much something you got to do on a 6.4, because unlike the newer trucks that use that DEF fluid, these 6.4s, the way Ford cleans the DPF is just dump extra fuel into the rear two cylinders and burn it out. Well, that does two things. Of course, it kills the fuel economy because you're just dumping fuel out the exhaust. Plus, if you're not on top of your maintenance and oil changes and stuff, all that extra fuel works its way slowly past the piston rings over time, gets into the crankcase, thins out your oil, causes all kind of other problems. But DPF's deleted on this truck. I think he told me it was the DPF was already deleted, and then he went ahead and did the EGR. EGR is not as big a deal on a 6.4 as it is a 6.0. Excuse me. But the DPF is just something you got to do. But it's been done, so that takes the major weak point of these motors out. So, you know, all engines, if you look online, you can search any diesel engine and you'll find people complaining. You know, 6.4 does this, 6.0 does that, 6.7 does that. Well, that's because people who are mad and are complaining yell to high heaven. People that are happy, they don't get online and post, oh man, my truck cranked up and run great today. Well, they don't do it. So you search any diesel engine and you'll think it's the biggest piece of crap ever, but they're not. The biggest thing on these 6.4s, you delete the DPF and you keep it maintained. You change the oil every 5,000 miles. You change the fuel filters every other oil change. And you use Ford filters. You can't use Wicks or Fram or whatever other stuff you want to get from Walmart or the oil change place, because Ford will not release their filter patent. So it may go in there, but it ain't filtering. So you got to use Motorcraft filters. You do that, and these things can run forever. I've recently sold one. Now, it hadn't even been deleted, but it had 400,000 miles, a King Ranch, and ran great. But the guy, you Carfaxed it, it had like a 30-page Carfax of just vehicle service, vehicle service, vehicle service at the dealer. So, you know, that's how you keep them going. But anyway, you'll have to excuse my shaky camera work. I'm filming with one hand and driving with the other on some of the worst roads in Jackson. But even though the video may come out a little shaky, rest assured the truck itself has a great ride and drive. Fires right up, hot or cold, no cold start issues. And if you're buying a Power Stroke, that's when you want to hear it crank, is when it's cold. Because if it's got weak injectors or other high pressure fuel issues, it may run perfect once it's warmed up, but you get it home and the next day you go to crank and it may run like a three-legged dog until it warms up again. But not an issue with this truck. Runs great, hot or cold. Doesn't pull to the left or right. Doesn't vibrate or pull when you hit the brakes. All that stuff's good on it. Like we said, an almost brand new set of tires. I mean, a nice set of Michelins. If you want to fly into Jackson International Airport and drive it home, you can. I would not hesitate to get in this truck and drive it absolutely anywhere. It's just that good of a truck. You know, got some miles, but on these, if you keep this truck serviced from now on, I mean, I wouldn't be scared to drive it another 245,000 miles. You just got to maintain it. But anyway, if you want to fly in, we'll pick you up at the airport during our regular business hours. We'll come back to my office here in Jackson, Mississippi. We'll do all the paperwork and feedback and stuff and let you hit the road. But we understand most of our customers are from the Northeast and the Midwest, and they buy from us because we got great prices and we have rust-free Southern trucks. And so, you know, with all the BS going around right now, you may not want to spend several days flying or driving down then driving home. Which is why a lot of the reason why we do these videos, so you can see for yourself that they will in fact go down the road like they should. So if you're interested in this truck, don't let the prices you find online for shipping scare you off, because depending on how much of a hurry you're in, we can save you as much as half off. And the reason for that is most of these guys you find online aren't actual shippers. They don't have fleets of trucks out on the road. They're just brokers, and they'll charge you hundreds of dollars up front, and they call it a deposit, but all it really is their broker's fee for finding somebody else to actually haul it to you. Well, they all use this one website that's not open to the public, costs a couple grand a year to be on, to find the actual shippers. And we're on that website now. We pay all the money to be on it. So basically, we can offer our customers wholesale rates on shipping. So if you're interested, shoot me a text to 601-376-9869, and I will get you a good ballpark figure on shipping. And if you're anywhere near Dallas or Houston or Atlanta or pretty much anywhere in the state of Florida, I can get you a real good deal on shipping. So let me know if you're interested, and I will be glad to work with you on that. We don't actually ship the truck. We find somebody to ship it to you. So you can either FedEx us a cashier's check or do a bank wire for the price of the truck only, and we'll send you the title and post it for shipping. And as soon as we find somebody, we'll make all the arrangements. We'll let you know. And when they drop the truck off, you just hand them cash for the shipping. So it's a smooth, simple deal. We do it all the time. Now, before I go, I'm going to show you the dash, because, you know, it's easy to hook your scan tool up and kill a service light or a brake light or an ABS, airbag, whatever light is on the dash. But if there's a problem and you haven't actually fixed that problem, then as soon as you go to driving, that light's going to come right back on. So that's why I like to show the dash after we've been driving a while, so you can see for yourself. No warning lights lit, no service lights, none of that. So you can see everything is good to go. If you have any questions about this truck, call me. Want to know about deletes, tuning, any of that, call me. About shipping, 601-376-9869. If I don't answer, hang up and shoot me a text. Don't leave me a voicemail, because I may not answer in the morning or in the evening, but if I'm awake, I won't answer the phone, not all the time, but if I'm awake, I'll generally answer a text. So that's the best way to get a hold of me, other than the middle of the day. But truck, I should say, it has a, my brain's getting ahead of my mouth. It's got a nice little tow tune, about 75 horse. Doesn't roll coal, doesn't blow smoke everywhere. Now, we can play around with that if you want to, but you'll have to call me to discuss those options. I'm not going to get into that on this video. And like I said, you can see navigation. It has tow command. It has the upfitter switches if you want to add some lights or whatever to it. Power pedals, cup holder, big console. Dash isn't peeling, isn't cracked. Automatic dimming rearview mirror. Sunglasses holder. Just a nice truck. And hey, even if you don't buy a truck from us and you need shipping, call me. I'll make the arrangements for $50. But we'd rather you buy from us, and we'll do it for free. But anyway, we appreciate you watching the video and listening to everything we had to say. Look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you.